Well, the Willy Wonka golden ticket, it's been claimed, folks. We have a buyer for the game collection. So as I'm sorting through this game collection, I'm realizing how much stuff I actually have. Like, I don't think if you're someone who collected for a long time, or, you know, even what people would call a hoarder of video games, I don't think people realize just how much stuff you actually end up with. I have seen so much stuff. Obviously, you know, I was categorizing all of my stuff via price charting. I signed up for their premium service to, you know, put in my collection game by game and then see what the overall value is. I started off with just the shelves. You could see here, you know, I have a shelf here, a half shelf there, in that yellow bag guarded by Santa Claus. There are some Sega Sega Game Gear games in there. Thank you, Santa, for guarding those. But I also have another shelf over here. I have many totes in the arcade room behind a black curtain, just filled with game stuff. There's even some games in there because I just threw them in there, and it's just like, it's so crazy because, you know, I used to collect really hardcore. Like, I used to go out there and try to find deals and stuff, and then over the past few years, I just haven't cared. But when you stop kind of collecting the old stuff, you kind of, you know, lose reality on what the stuff is actually worth. Now, most of the stuff I had a decent idea of, and, you know, it was pretty much within those parameters, but stuff like random stuff, Sega Genesis stuff, when did that just sort of boom? Like, even common Genesis stuff seems to be worth a lot of money there. Obviously, every system, you know, has heavy hitters, has games that are going for more than the standard game, but it seemed like the overall, you know, tone with Genesis stuff was way more expensive than I ever remembered it. But on the flip side, you also come across stuff that, you know, has gone down in value. You know, it's a very yin and yang sort of thing. I was surprised. RBI Baseball 95 on the Sega 32X. I needed that game for my collection when I was about to write my book on the 32X. I remember buying it at a convention for like $100, which is a very good price at that time. This was, I want to say, 2016, 17, somewhere around there. And now it's not worth like anywhere near that. And I was like, oh, well, that's weird. Like, I wonder why that has gone down so much in value. But on the flip side, games like Blackthorn on the 32X, cartridge only, have just skyrocketed in price. It's a very interesting market. And you would think that as the nostalgia curve sort of goes along, you know, that's the systems that would be worth more. That's the systems that would go up in value. But it seems like even stuff before that, you know, the 20s and 30s, early 30-year-olds, you know, they're still collecting some of the older stuff. So obviously I am selling most of my game collection. And as I'm going through all this stuff is how much I'm realizing just how much stuff I have and how much stuff, like, doesn't have a home. Like, you know, the stuff in totes is just sitting there. It's just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. So people keep wondering, you know, is RGT gonna regret this? You know, I made a video a little while ago talking about this, but like, no, I'm not going to regret this. You know, selling a bulk lot is very difficult. You would be surprised at how difficult it really is, because a lot of people, you know, when we're talking about big boy money here, because obviously we're talking about big boy money, when we're talking about, like, you know, a good chunk of change here, you know, like, people are very hesitant at doing that. But when you show them you know, the value of this, and the value is astronomical, you know, that's when things get kind of crazy. I could have sold all this stuff individually and, like, I don't know, bought it like a nice ass car, but I have two cars, so I don't really need another. And I don't want to sell things individually. I don't, you know, that's a market that exists, you know, that flipper reseller market. We'll come back to that in a second, but I'm not about that life. I don't want to go to all these conventions and, you know, load up a van and bring a bunch of games and sell those games and then have to go buy more games. So if people do that as a living, and, like, that's super cool, you know, I respect the grind, but that's not for me. I don't want to run to the post office every freaking day with a million different boxes. But like I said, we have a buyer for this stuff. I had a couple people, a couple different, you know, vendors and stuff like that, stores, talk to them, this, that, and the other. And I ended up getting a price that was, or an offer, I should say, that I was very happy with. I thought it was a very good offer. I waited, you know, like a week or two to see if there were any other offers. Some people, you know, talked about it, but never really pulled an offer. So I was just like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and go with this guy, because honestly, he's been very easy in my talks with him, and he seems like an enjoyable person. But he is a person that has a bit of controversy surrounding him. I know some people don't like him, and he's a YouTuber, so we're going to be filming some stuff. And that is, drum roll please, Phoenix Resale. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know what the drama is with this guy. Like, as long as he pays me, I don't care. I don't care what the drama is with this guy, because I'm getting out. Like, I'm leaving this whole secondary buying games market because it's not for me anymore. You know, I'm good with that. But, you know, he seems like a nice enough guy. We've been talking. I checked out his channel. Holy crap. That's why he does what he does, because he's not only making money on buying lots and flipping stuff, but look at those views for his channel. Salute to you, Caleb. You are out there killing it. But yeah, I've accepted his offer. We're going to be talking actually on Sunday, the 12th, about when basically he's going to fly into the area that I'm in, rent a U-Haul van per my suggestion, because, you know, it's going to be a lot of stuff. Load up that van, and then he'll head back to where he lives. You know, we are going to film some stuff. I think that'll be cool. You know, see his perspective, see my perspective of it. But yeah, so I'm very excited for this. I'm very happy. You know, this isn't money that I necessarily need. Oh, you got those hospital bills, bro. I'm Gucci on that. Like, I got my payment plan set up. I'll be good for this year. You know, it's a pain in the ass. It's money that I would rather save than spend, but I have to spend it, so that's okay. But like, this money for the collection, this is going to investments. This is going to like mutual funds and shit like that. Like, people think I'm stupid. Like, people think I don't understand business and, you know, saving money and stuff like that. But I really do. I just kind of lead myself to give kind of a dumb persona. Like, I'm very good. I know how to handle money, and if I, you know, take a loss on something, that's fine. I'm usually able to, you know, look at that loss and be like, well, I could turn a negative into a positive, you know, lemons into lemonade. So, you know, this is money to invest for the future, man, so that one day, you know, I can retire and just chill. And like, I don't know if I ever will retire, though. Like, I guess if people stop watching, like, I would retire. And I feel like at some point you have to have an expiration date on YouTube, but I don't know, man. There's lots of old dudes, or at least dudes that look mad old, that are still doing YouTube talking about video games, and they seem to be doing just fine. So I don't know. I'm kind of rambling here, but yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. There's going to be cool videos on the channel about, you know, me and Phoenix Resale, you know, loading up his truck and, you know, hanging out and sort of stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. But the deal is done, folks. Well, I haven't gotten paid yet. So I guess, like, if, you know, something were to happen to him, like he lost an arm or something, and he's like, oh, I don't want to buy it anymore, I guess I would be right back at square one. But it's pretty much a done deal, pending God doesn't get involved. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm actually very interested to see, you know, what sort of space I have when, because I'm gonna throw away the small stinky shelf, that one that broke in half, and I'm gonna move this shelf that's over here that you can't see on camera over to here, so that it's the same shelf as this. So it's uniform, but it's like, you know, what am I gonna do with this space? I got a little space over here for more toys and stuff. I'm still collecting stuff. Like, I buy a bunch of toys and crap like that. I'm rambling, folks. There's nothing wrong with moving on from a hobby, especially when you haven't been doing the hobby for a while. I haven't been buying and flipping and selling games. I haven't really been, you know, caring about buying retro games anymore. It's past me. The thrill is gone. And that's okay. I still am going to be able to play all these games on my mini PC that I have coming. And that'll be in Monday, so we'll have more videos. Thank you guys for checking out this video. And yeah, that's it. Check out Phoenix Resale's channel in the description box down below. Go throw him a sub, because I'll be on there at some point. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.